professional wrestling was like custom made for me.
Do you feel like it was your destiny in a way?
Oh my gosh, the way my career happened, looking back now, and who I met, Matsuda, and just the odds of not knowing anybody in professional wrestling, walking in the championship wrestling office of Florida and say, hey, I'm a football player. Well, how many times do they get that?
Right.
And Matsuda decided to train me, and 3 months later I was in the ring during the off season, never went back to football.
Did you know?
Definitely feel it was my destiny, the timing of it. They were just going into the new look, the Hogans and the Warriors were just coming on the scene, and Ultimate Warriors, and the look I had from my love of weight training.
Yes.
That I put up with football to be able to do and pay the bills, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I definitely feel it was my destiny for sure.
Were you aware of the lineage of Matsuda and the history he had of training people? When he took an interest in you, did you realize, like...
I kind of found out later on.
Okay.
I was in what everybody called the dungeon with him over at the factory. He had a little clothing manufacturer that he made clothes, like gym shorts and tank tops and like workout wear stuff.
Right.
Like Champion and some of the companies. He had a little textile place there.
Right.
And he turned the air conditioning off after lunch, and he'd have you come over there at like 3:40 afternoon in Tampa in the summer, like in the hot weather, humidity. You start warm up like a 5 or 6 mile run. Then he'd do Hindu squats and push-ups and all jump squats and all this stuff for like 2-3 hours, counting the run, and he'd do everything with you.
Right. Was it just you and him?
There's another guy sometimes that was doing with us, but mostly just him and I. We really struck a bond, and I didn't realize that I went through that. I was one of the first guys he ever took to the ring in less than like 6 months.
Right.
From doing just that, he wanted to test you and see where your heart was, if you really wanted to wrestle. Then later on, I found out about him breaking Hogan's leg in the ring, and because he wasn't selling right, I heard all these horror stories later on. I go, man, that's not the Masuda I knew. He must have really been mellowed out by the time he got to me. But he broke in Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff and a bunch of top stars, and the man had just a love. Talk about destiny, me not realizing. Now I believe God lined all that up, because to meet Matsuda and him mentoring me and even coming to the ring with me my first year as a manager, which he had never done, all that looking back now, I mean, I didn't realize at the time because I had no wrestling background.
Right.
But all that, my first year was amazing. I got to work with Wahoo McDaniels on top right away, and it was like tell me my career was like the 4th of July fireworks. You shot up, and for 15 years, it was almost nonstop.
Were there ever any intimate conversations between you and Matsuda where he explained to you maybe why he took that interest in you? And
Definitely. He had such a love for pro wrestling, what it had given him and done for his family as an immigrant. He had a beautiful home, a beautiful family, his wife and daughters, and he had such an appreciation and thankfulness for that.
Right.
That he wanted to see guys that he thought had real potential be taught not only to respect the sport, but also to succeed at it as well. It wasn't a school, he didn't charge anything. For him, it was the intrinsics.
Do you feel like if you didn't meet him and you would have found your way into professional wrestling in a different way, do you think your career would have taken the route that it took?
You know, I don't know. I might have still played football because I didn't have that desire. If I had met Matsuda and the way things happened, transpired in the off season of football,
right,
I might have continued playing football and never wrestled. So I believe it was definitely my destiny.
For sure.
Definitely, I don't think I would have pursued like going to wrestling school or something.
Right.
Because I really basically kind of just walked. I heard about WrestleMania selling out with Hogan and Andre, and walked in the office. And the office is just really inquisitive. Like, I don't know what pro wrestling's all about, what it entails, but man, I was like, man, that's a huge deal, setting the indoor record in Silverdome. So I kind of, all that atmosphere at the time. So they're like on MTV, it just started. And
right.
So I kind of just walked in like just to find out about it. I was thrust into being a total package Lex Luger like in the first year. It's amazing.
That really is
I know.
incredible. Do you think maybe he made you take it more seriously than you would have took it if you just came into it without a mentor like that who loved it the way he did?
He definitely was great at teaching you that it's a serious business and that they have a lot of respect for the business.
Right.
I'm very glad that I had him, not only for the training, but most of all the mentorship he gave to me unselfishly that first year. Amazing guy.